I'm Marcy Barron, and this is Mondays with Marcy. I'm your homeward bound guide to everything 5D living. I can't wait to share with you tips and tools to guide your personal transformation so that you can live a life that thrills you. Hello and welcome to this week's Mondays with Marcy. I am Marcy Barron, your host. And as we journey through the chakras this week, we are going to be talking and healing the sacral chakra. So your sacral chakra is your energetic center of creation and creativity. It is our pleasure center. It is our sensuality center. It is our energetic center where we feel our feelings and we have relationships and the energy that's imprinted in there around how we show up in relationships. It is our energetic center where addictions show up. And I'm going to be talking more about that as we go on. It is located below the navel, just below the navel, and it is typically orange in color. Its element is water, right? It's like the flow and a flow of our emotions, the flow of our reproductive organs, if you will, I always say it's all about the splash. And it is our energetic center where for women, we literally can create, right? It's where we can bring new life in. And of course, as men, too, as they contribute to that in their sexuality, but it is our energetic center of creativity through our wombs, or in men, it's called the hara. It is our energetic center of womb energy. And we were literally able to birth our creations through this place. And for women who have had their uterus removed, they have had hysterectomies, there's still an energetic center of creation there. And I say, especially for women, this is a very busy center. It can be likened to a busy, let's say, turnstile in the subway. And why? Because this is where, as women, we have periods, we have pregnancies, we can have losses, we can have terminations. And this is the body part where someone else's energy, sexual energy, can stay and be sticky. It is very important to clear energetically the sexual energy of others. And one of my favorite things to do with women are womb healings, because so much stagnation shows up here, and I have helped support women to become pregnant that were infertile, that didn't think they were able to even have babies. And through womb healings and working on healing the sexual center, the sacral chakra, I've been able to support women in that. And it's a really important, as they all are, but it's a complex energetic center. So what can show up here when your center is blocked, and or it can be really, really open, and there's like too much energy flowing, depending. So let's just check in, like people who have mood swings, stiff lower back, right? Last week we talked about the root chakra and money issues in the low back, but like in the mid lower back, it can show up too. Anything going on with relationships and problems and patterns difficulties show up in the sacral. The energy of guilt is what's held in the sacral. Shame is held in the solar plexus, but I tend to see guilt and shame going hand in hand. And like I said earlier, addiction. So if if your sacral chakra is your energetic center of emotions, and it's hard for you to feel your emotions, or you feel them and you make yourself wrong for feeling them, maybe that was something that you grew up with, addiction show up here. It's why we self-medicate and numb so that we don't feel the pain. And addictions can come in all forms, in alcohol, shopping, gambling, sexual addictions. It can be smoking, drinking, all kinds of things. Anything with irritable bowel syndrome. So if you've got really, again, digestion starts in the stomach and that solar plexus, but in the lower abdomen, the irritable bowel, it is a indication of sacral chakra blockages. Do you have a lack of passion? And feeling that lack of passion, that lack of play, that lack of just passion, really. Sexual problems. So for men and women, like, you know, lots of sexual problems can come out for people, and really it can be a dissatisfaction, as simple as that. It can be having trouble orgasming. It can be having like true problems where, dryness, or, with women, recurring vaginal or yeast infections. For men, incontinence, all sorts of things. And those show up as sexual and gynecological problems. Anything that keeps going on with your bladder or urinary issues. So if you have irritable bowel, not irritable bowel, bladder infections and UTIs, uterine issues. And again, anything that shows up in the hips. Hips are root sacral, so I say the hips are the energetic junk drawers of our body. And when we don't process our emotions, they go right to the hips. It's like that fight or flight state where something happens, you want to like run away, and boom, you don't process, it goes right into the hips. Again, if you're not feeling creative, if you feel like there is no inspiration and desire to create anything, this is a sacral chakra thing. So also inner child trauma. So again, chakras go in years. Sacral is 8 to 15. This is when our emotional true self and becoming aware of our bodies, sensuality, sexuality, this is where it's all stored. And again, on its most extreme place is for women is infertility. So it's an interesting and very complex and nuanced energy center. So, just check in with your sacral. I'm just going to read some scenarios if it's closed, and I'm going to read some scenarios if it's open. So just check in. It's closed if you have difficulty receiving pleasure and you have a low libido. You might feel abused, hurt, and confused, and don't trust that you can be loved for being you. You're creatively blocked, or you feel you have no outlet for your creativity. You suffer from addictions and or self-medicate with food, alcohol, drugs, and other compulsions. Yes, I forgot to say food before. So that's a way that your sacral is closed. You have many issues with your reproductive organs, your menstrual cycle, pregnancies, and with men, it shows up in your sexuality. And then if your sacral chakra is open, you enjoy pleasure in many different ways. You create healthy sexual experiences with yourself and with others that honor you. You feel creative and your flow, and you have these outlets to express it. You allow yourself to feel your feelings and you let them move through you without self medicating. Now, here's the thing, we all self medicate, but to what degree? Or maybe you don't. And your reproductive system is healthy. All right, so just check in. What is it and where is it that you feel really open in your sacral, and where is it and what is it where you don't? And again, physical density of dis-ease shows up as stagnation. So if you've got irritable bowel, if you've got constant bladder things, if you've got a lot of things that go on with your cycle, even as you transition into perimenopause and menopause, what's showing up for you there? Um, all sorts of things to think and check in with your sacral. Okay. So, how can you open and connect and have activities that balance your sacral? Taking long, warm showers. So, water is the element of sacral chakra. Okay. And anything with water, anything with flowing is going to open the sacral. If you wear orange clothing or even like orange, panties or boxers right on the sacral, anything where you can connect to your playing and your fun and your inner child, like swinging on the playground, skipping, dancing, all sorts of play is going to open and connect you to your sacral. Anything where you are working on creative project. So your feminine essence, your chakras also have a dominant feminine or masculine. So root is masculine, your sacral is feminine. Anything that you are going to create is going to activate your sacral. And for me, I just love creative projects. The other day for my retreat that's happening in February, I made soap and candles, and I did this fun, beautiful thing that's going to be at the retreat with a hot glue gun. It's like my inner child, my little girl, and my sacral were so happy, creative. And it's creating too for creation's sake. So, yes, sometimes we want to create things and it has an outcome, but where can you play and create just for without any attachment to what it looks like? Again, swimming, bathing, water, baths, all good for sacral. Receiving a massage is beautiful for your sacral chakra. It's like, I just get to receive, I don't have to give. Um, and tantric lovemaking. So let's just talk about tantra for a minute. There is, maybe you've heard that word before, maybe you haven't, but Tantra is an ancient yogic practice where it's more than just using bodies to rub against each other and like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, I'm in, I'm out, and done. Tantric lovemaking is about connecting breath. It's about connecting hearts. It is about connecting sexual organs. It's using pranayama, which is breath, to circulate the energy, where again you can bring the energy from the sacral, all of this beautiful sexual energy, and bring it up to the crown and through the heart, where it's a beautiful practice. And if you have a conscious partner, it's a beautiful thing to practice with someone else, and you can do it yourself. Self love, all about the self love. And get those hips moving, pelvic thrusts, really rolling the hips, opening up that area. Cobra pose in yoga, you're really on your, it's a yoga pose where you're on your stomach, you're opening, you're lifting your hands are pressed into the mat, and you're lifting up so that that area, that front of the body, that sacral, can literally physically be stretched and opened. And eating orange foods like oranges and tangerines, fats, nuts, and fish all stoke the sacral. They build the energy there. So those are the activities that can build the energy and create a vibrant sacral chakra. So, for our healing exercise today, I'd like you to just put your hands on your sacral. This is just below the navel. It is an area that is your womb space, your hara space if you're a man. And again, you have this space even if you had a hysterectomy. And I want you to just close your eyes if you can. And maybe you're driving or walking and you can't. But I want you to just tune into this area. I want you to just take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out. Deep breath in and let it out. And let your intention, your energy, your focus come into your womb space. And I want you to just notice here. Maybe some words or images or memories come into your consciousness. Maybe anything and everything that want to be shown and witnessed for the highest good and highest healing, as we call in your guides, that this is a safe place and safe time for you to go in. Just notice. What does your sacral, what does your womb space, your hara, want to communicate in this moment? And see if you can now visualize going inside that space. Are there any colors or textures? Maybe there are smells. Use all of your senses to tune in. Just allowing, just witnessing, just bringing presence to this place. And for so many, there's guilt and shame in our sexuality. Maybe there was not a full body yes to give people permission to enter that sacred space. Allow any emotions to come up and let this be seen. Maybe there was guilt and shame imprinted from a young age around your sexuality, from religion or parents or another person. holding space for this. We call on the violet flame, the energy of transmutation and alchemy, to fill your womb space, your sacral chakra, your hara, clearing and releasing anything that doesn't serve you here, any stagnation, any violation, any thing in your play, your pleasure, your creativity, your sensuality, your sexuality, clearing addiction, self-medicating. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And just allow this violet flame to clear any sexual energy that isn't yours. Any partners, past or present. If you are a woman, let it clear out any pregnancies, any stillborns, miscarriages, anything going on with your cycle, wherever you are in your cycle. Let it clear out any violations, doctors, procedures, anything and everything that just is ready to go from this space. Anything that blocks you from your creativity and creation energy. Deep breath in and let it out. And you might want to take your hands and pull it out and literally just like empty it out with your hands. And as you pull it out, I want you to then just return your hands to your sacral. And we are going to imprint into the sacral vibrant energy to heal the sacral. So you can repeat after me or just say it in your head. My emotions are balanced. I feel complete peace from within. I release any need to self-medicate with addictive substances or behaviors. I am free from any emotional connection to self-medicate with food. When I am tired, I rest or sleep. I allow my feelings to move through me and release the need to numb them. I am a creative being. I am always creating masterpieces for my own pleasure. My sexuality is vibrant. It is safe to express my sexuality in healthy ways. I am a sacred being, am worthy of love, and am desirable to others. It is my birthright to receive pleasure and have my needs met. I am comfortable in my body. Relationships are a joy. I attract like-minded people who support and love me. I allow nurturance and comfort. My relationships are safe. Sex is a sacred connection. I am safe enjoying sex. I am radiant, beautiful, and strong, and enjoy a healthy and passionate life. I am in touch with my feelings. I am a creative being. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Thank you for receiving this information and this transmission. And I'm going to be releasing a Sacral Chakra healing guided meditation on YouTube if that is something that would interest you. I have put the link in the notes. Thank you for being here. If you feel someone would benefit from this, please share. Thank you and see you next time. Have a great day. Bye. That's it for this week's episode of Mondays with Marcy. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter at marcybaronclears.com. I also would love for you to follow me on your favorite podcasting app so that you don't miss a single episode. I'm Marcy Baron, and thanks for listening. I am so grateful you are here.